Typical. Absolutely typical. Yes.
Oh, summer. It sounds good right now after what we just experienced, doesn't it? Grilling out, lawns being mowed, and pools opening. These are some of the things we expect this summer.
Ooh boy, so that's most of the gardening done. I've been to work. It's Saturday today, Saturday afternoon now, about, what is it time, about 3:30, something like that. Been at work all morning and come home and I thought I've got to do the gardening. But when I walked through the door, the house was just stuff everywhere. Food all over the counters, food on the floor, you know, food on the living room floor, stains and newspapers strewn all over the place, just stuff everywhere. You know, it makes me feel worthless, that does, you know. Because as the head of the house, or the man of the house, whatever you want to call it, I do my very best to make sure that my family has a well-equipped and clean, tidy home to live in. And then when I go out to earn the money in order to do that, I come home and it's all just everywhere, thrown back in my face. So I've been juggling. I've done a bit of gardening, gone back indoors, done a bit of cleaning. Cleaned up the kitchen, got rid of all the food, because what happens is well, I think there's like, well, it's been a common problem for a long time now. I've got it under control. You just don't leave food lying around. If you leave food lying around on the worktops or on the floor, the ants come in. You get ants. That's just what happens. I've got it under control now. When I'm at home and it's clean, there's no ants. But anyway, so I've cleaned all that up, gone back out and done a bit more gardening. So I've done both. I've done the gardening and cleaned up the house. Makes me feel a bit better anyway, until Monday when I go back to work. But so I'm thinking to myself, what can I do now? What can I possibly do now? I've got to do the brakes on the Focus. But the thing is, this is what's annoying about Amazon, right? I've been looking everywhere for a tool to wind back the calipers, yeah. And there's one on Amazon. I can't find any descriptions anywhere for any of that, because for some reason them calipers seem to be different. I've got a Ford rewind tool, but it won't work on that caliper. So I've looked for one that specifically, I thought maybe on the RS, on the Mark on RS, there might be different calipers. So I've gone and had a look, and there's one on Amazon, and it says Ford Focus rewind caliper. So I've just put a question. Does this definitely work on the Mark 1 RS rear calipers? You get a reply, you can use this on any Ford vehicle. That doesn't help me. I want to know, does it work specifically on that car? So I haven't bought it. So I'm trying to find one that I know specifically works on that car, because, well, I lied, I've got two Ford rewind tools. One was just a load of rubbish, and the other one, it works on Fords, but doesn't seem to work on this one. It's a different caliper for some reason. So anyway, I've got pads and everything now, but I can't do the brakes on that. So I think what I might do, I might go on a drive actually, see if we can find some rubbish or something, you know, something interesting to pick up. Alright, scrap the drive. I didn't go on a drive because I went indoors and went to get ready to go out for a little drive around here and there. And I remembered something that I've been meaning to do for a very long time. Now, this is probably my favourite Kirby, because it's the first one I ever got off of that bloke that I was talking to on the CB, on the radio, the old Dave Murdoch there. Anyone of you that are watching these videos and you know Dave Murdoch, the Murdochinator. He had this sitting in his flat for ages, and it was covered in dirt, and he didn't know what it was, and it was just sitting there. It sat there for like 20 years or something, he told me, in the same place. So this is that one, the first ever one I had. This is the one that got me into Kirby's. It's my favourite one. So I thought to myself, well, I'll give it a bit of a restore, you know, restore it a little bit, fix a few things here and there. And one of the things that was annoying me the most is the cable. This is obviously the original cable, but one of the things that annoys me the most, it's safe enough, but I put a little bit of tape around there to try and protect it a little bit. But the cable is broken, like the outer thing. So I thought to myself, well, I've been asking on the forums and on places, looking on eBay and asking people on forums and things, if anyone's got an actual original cable, if anyone's breaking a Kirby or has one they don't want or it doesn't work, motor's broken or something, and they've got an actual cable, proper one, that I would buy, but no one has one. So then I decided to look for, you know, new ones. Like a new one, you know, an actual cable that's supposed to be red. You can't find genuine Kirby ones. I looked everywhere for a genuine Kirby cable, but they just don't do them to suit these anymore because it's old. You know, 1987 I think, or 88 or 89, one or the other. It's from. They don't do them anymore. So then I found a couple on Amazon. Now the ones on Amazon, they don't have very good reviews. People are going, the cable turns up black, not red. There's no description in the thing saying it's going to be black. The picture is red, but it turns up black. Don't buy it if you want a red cable. Then I found one that had reviews saying, brilliant cable, does the job, brilliant, no problems. I think it had 3 or 4 reviews. I thought, oh, this one's obviously red then. So this package turned up, the cable turned up, and I thought, brilliant. So I opened it up, and it's bloody black. So what I've done is I have contacted the seller on Amazon, who, you know, I just said, look, you seem to have sent a black cable. It's also got a moulded plug, which it wasn't supposed to have. Anyway, I said you've sent a black cable. The picture was red, and you describe it as for the Legend 2, which is a red cable. You know, but you sent a black one. There was no reply. So then I requested to return it for a refund, which they accepted. But I'm thinking to myself, what do I do? Shall I just have a black one for the time being, the black cable now, so then I can use it, you know, and I won't have to... There's nothing worrying about that. I mean, that's perfectly safe. It's not split or nothing, but it does bug me a little bit, you know. So do I put the black one on it and leave the black one on it? Right, so yeah, anyway, I was thinking, what do I do? Put the black one on it for now so that I can just use it, and then when I can finally find an actual red cable, or even an original Kirby one, like this, then I'll just put it on. Because I think it was 23 quid. But then I'm thinking to myself as well, I thought 2 more things afterwards. I thought, why don't I just buy some red cable, and then just put the plug on that end, stick a plug on the other end, done. But then the other thing I thought was, why don't I just try and repair this? I'm wondering if I can, you know, just cut out the broken bit, solder the wires on, and you know, or maybe even if I just cut this bit out. So I'm only going to lose this much. If I cut it, put the plug on this part, and I'll still have the cable. Then I can return this, get me 23 quid back. So yeah, this is what I'm thinking now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this apart, take this plug out. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that though. See, look, I mean, this is a moulded, stupid little moulded plug. So I'm not going to be able to take this apart to put the wire in it, am I? I wonder if you can buy these. I haven't looked actually. Might be able to buy these ones that you can, you know, make up yourself. Yeah, so my next option then, that's that out the window. So my next option is to sort of cut this, solder the wires together. I don't know, is that too much work just for that? We'll have a look, Alright, I've been having a look at this plug. This, by the way, I don't think some people realise how important it is to wash clothes properly. This is one of my one of my polo shirts that was washed incorrectly, and yeah, that's how it's ended up, like that. Anyway, I've been having a look at this, and I thought to myself, I've had a look, and this little thing here, it sort of slides up and down a little bit, and I thought, well, maybe the reason it's like that is because it's just sort of slid off, and then the pressure on it's made this outer sleeving sort of split off. So I've been trying to slide this back on again. I can slide it back this way, but it won't slide back over again. I've been trying now for quite a while. I've oiled it up, I've put a bit of WD-40 on it, I even put a little bit of that on it to see if I can clean it up. Yeah, it doesn't want to go, so I mean, I could cut and shut it, but there's no need to cut and shut it, really, because there's nothing wrong with these wires. These wires ain't split, they're not cut or anything, and but the thing is, I want it to be proper, because you can kind of see that if you cut and shut it and put tape over it, you can see the tape, you can see solders, you can see tape, you can see shrink wrap. So I think what I might do is just leave it as it is for now, but I want to try and source an actual undamaged original cable still. I think I'll send that thing back, because that's no good. I mean, it's black. I don't want a bloody black one. It's supposed to be red, or what would you call that? It's not red, is it? It's like a burgundy brownie red, reddy brown, burgundy colour, whatever that's supposed to be. Anyway, it's supposed to be this colour, so I think what I'll probably end up doing is, yeah, I think I'll leave it like that. I don't know, because 23 quid, it's kind of money that was wasted, really. If it was proper original colour, proper nice colour, the fact that it's got a moulded plug on it wouldn't really bother me, but the fact that they mark it a red one, it's more to punish them. I want to send it back more to punish them, because they've marketed it as a red cable. They even say original cable. Well, they don't say genuine Kirby, but they say that the listing was actually original power cable for Kirby Legend 2 and Legend, or was it Heritage? I think it's Heritage. If it was Heritage, if it's for that, or Legend, whatever the black one is, I can't bloody well think now. The black one, it wouldn't matter, it would suit it, but the fact that it's red, it don't work. Anyway, they market it for that, right? But it ain't, it's the wrong product. They're marketing it wrong. So I want to send it back just to punish them, you know. So they're going to lose a sale, really, aren't they? Because they're going to get it back, so they're not going to get their money, so they're going to lose a sale. Plus, I'm going to put a bad review, so they get a bad review. Shouldn't market it as that. If you're going to send a black one, put it as, and state that it's bloody black. Don't say it's red, because people are just going to be sending them back. Well, some people ain't going to care. They probably just want a power, they might just want a cable just to get it going again, because they don't care how original. But I want mine to be as original as possible, so I want a bloody red cable. On the contrary to that, if any of you lot out there have an original cable, a proper one, and it's undamaged, I'm not bothered about if the plug's damaged, yeah? If this plug is damaged, then I'm not bothered, I don't mind, I don't care, because I can just put this plug on it or put another plug on it. As long as this one isn't damaged, this is alright, and the rest of the cable is alright, then, you know, I'll have it off you. So if you've got one, please let me know in the comments, and you know, we'll arrange some private messaging in order to get this you know, payments paid and everything like that. So that'd be much appreciated. Right then, so that's what I've done. What I've done is I've put just a bit of red electrical tape over it, not to make it look, you know, to try and disguise it, but just to protect those exposed wires just a little bit, you know. Because you never know, dear. It'd only take one little nick, turn it on and touch it, and poof, it'll blow the fuse. So, I don't be blowing no fuses. So, well, might get a little zap on the finger as well. Don't be getting a little zap on the finger, do I? So, yeah, that's what I've done. Just put a bit of red tape on there. So, that's another thing. If any of you out there have got one of these that's not so badly sort of distorted and faded, one of these little plate things here. Because do you remember the other one I had? I sold it to the Vax Food Reviews. That was a better condition than this one, actually, but I kept this one because it was the first one I ever had. But the one I sold to the Vax Food Reviews, it was a better condition one, and this wasn't as badly faded as this one is. So what I should have done, well, I wouldn't have done it if I, I was going to sell it to him, but before I was going to sell it, I should have swapped these over, but I didn't, did I? So that's why the old Vax Food Reviews stopped talking to me, because they weren't happy with the one I sold him. He seemed to think it was a different one. I don't know what was going on there, to tell you the truth. Remarkable, really, aren't they, eh? I do like them. Remarkable things, these Kirbys. Very happy with them. I noticed the old Ibazaic has gone out of his Kirby phase. I think he's just bought a classic 3 though, or a classic something or other. So that'll probably be interesting to have a look at whenever he puts that video up. You notice that that bag clip at the top, is more brown than the handle and the rest of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some more cleaner. I've got some, don't know where it is, I would show you. I've got some Mother's polish. I think was it this one I polished? I polished one of them and it come up really well, so I'm going to get some more Mother's polish and give them a bit more of a clean up. So there may be a bit of a sort of restore sort of series coming up on this at some point in the future, but that cable is the main thing that I need for it. Everything else is hunky-dory and perfect. If anyone's got a brush, actually, a really good or brand new brush, that'd be handy. Having said that, there's a brush on there's a new brush roll on Amazon for this, but I don't know if I trust it. So I don't know if I trust that or not. It might not be fit, considering that bloody cable over there was marketed as the right one. Turns out that it ain't, but hey ho. I noticed I was trying to listen to the radio today while I was at work, and every bloody there's some kind of wedding or something going on, and for some reason all the media's latched themselves to it, and they're all just reporting about a bloody wedding. Don't know what's going on with that there. I put the television on and people talking about weddings, so I don't understand why all of a sudden the whole nation, or is it Australians, interviewing Australians about a wedding. So for some reason the whole world's gone nuts and decided they're crazy about weddings. I don't know what's going on there, but no, I'm not crazy about no weddings. I know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go and put some water the grass a bit more.